we talk about money becoming obsolete, maybe we're asking the wrong question entirely. We have a difficult time imagining the end of money. It feels like imagining the end of oxygen. How can we interact? How can we value things? We hear arguments that money will just change skin, that we will trade in kilowatt hours or social credit points or data packets, and perhaps for a fleeting transition period that is true. But I think if you look far enough ahead, the smart bet is always the bet against permanence. Think about the year 1894. In London, there was a genuine panic. It was called the Great Horse Manure Crisis. The Times predicted that in 50 years, every street in London would be buried under 9 feet of manure. Why? Because they couldn't imagine a city without horses. If you asked a man on the street then, how will we move about without horses? He would look at you as if you were insane. What do you mean? He'd say. Will we just float? If you bet on the manure piling up, you lost. If you bet on the horse staying central to transport, you lost. The car didn't just replace the horse, it deleted the entire ecosystem of stables, blacksmiths, and feed. What do you mean we won't need sailing ships? How will we cross oceans? What do you mean we won't need farmers? Where will food come from? What do you mean we won't need swords and spears? How will armies fight? Most people living in those eras would have bet on things staying the same, and they would have been wrong every single time. There's a name for this tendency in psychology. It's called the status quo bias, first identified by William Samuelson and Richard Zeckhauser in 1988. In their experiments, they gave participants identical choices, but framed some options as the current situation. People overwhelmingly preferred what already existed, simply because it already existed, not because it was better, because it was familiar. So maybe the more interesting question is not whether money can disappear, but what we are quietly betting will never change. Because history has not been kind to that bet.